All right. Test.
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 Four. Stupid. 3, 2. Oh no.
Yes. And welcome back to Convincing Idiots. This is segment number 3. I'm Millennial Nick, alongside Gen X, Brian, and Zennial Dean. We are quite the trio, I would say, the three of us. But this evening we are going to put great trios aside and rather discuss some of our favorite fictional duos of all time.
Deuces.
So yeah, duo means two, Dean. So two people, tag team, if you will.
Deuces like poop.
Yeah, or like poops. Yeah, so we're pairs of poops. So for our
Your
favorite
butthole's weird.
fiction, they come out in pairs every time. I think I have a weird bent sphincter. It's to where I think it kind of like folds it over like a lawn chair and then spits them out as a duo, like a little 2-pack. You know, like when you get the little meat stick and the cheese stick together, it's like a 2-pack. They're stuck together. As great of a duo as that is not the type we are discussing this evening, gentlemen. We're discussing fictional duos because that duo is very real. These are fictional ones. So, Brian, while Dean collects himself, would you like to give us your first fictional duo?
Sure. So if you're watching the video, I've wore this shirt before. Mentioned in our favorite, as parts of our favorite fictional couples, one of my favorite fictional duo, Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble, best friends.
Yeah, nice.
In prehistoric times. They argued a lot, but they always found a way to make up. They were clearly the best of friends. So one of my favorite duos growing up, watching the Flintstones with Fred and Barney. There you go.
Fantastic. Very good. One for the ages, the Stone Ages.
Oh,
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. They probably read Sports Illustrated each and every week, delivered to their homes.
On stone tablets,
Chiseled on their tablet. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yep.
All right. You guys didn't really, Brian, should I say, didn't really specify.
Oh, here we fucking go. He didn't follow the rules. And
nope. Hey, no, you said duos. You said duo. So I thought, who is the greatest duo in the history of pop culture?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going the Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. Got together.
Doesn't qualify, Brian.
They got together to form the greatest tag team that this world has ever known. Did it explode sooner or later? Of course. You can't have those two egos together. It's combustible, and it showed. But when they were together, they were the greatest duo in pop culture history.
Well, I will give
Mega
it to
Powers.
I will say, yes, in looking at our show list, we did just say best duos. You're right. We did not specifically
didn't
mention
say movies
it had
or
to be,
TVs or
it had to be
animation.
fictional duos. So we will allow it.
Were they a fictional duo? Because they did in real life tag up together. I mean, they did work together.
Don't even have to
when
be
the camera turned off, you had Randy Poffo and you had Terry Bollea.
Okay. Fair point. We'll allow it.
Thank you.
Okay. So just best duos, Nick. Now, mine's all fictional, but that's okay. It doesn't matter.
Mine was fictional too.
It's okay. It's okay that Dean didn't follow the rules again. It's fine. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, your jobs would be better at mine.
All right, I'm gonna take this one before it gets to you guys because I'm pretty sure it's on both of your lists. And it's the first one that popped into my mind. One of my favorite fictional duos of all time is Han Solo and Chewbacca, pilot and co-pilot of the Millennium Falcon. Through thick and thin, through all the years, Han and Chewie, best of friends, always by each other's side. Truly, I mean, what a great team they were. Like I said, just friends to the end. What more can I say? they're always there for each other. Yeah, there you go. There's
great.
something I don't know. There's just something about the sad Chewie groans, right? When the Chewie's in the cell when Han gets thawed out of carbonite, and it's when Han is killed and he learns
or when
of
they
that.
close the door on Hoth.
Yeah, right. Yep. So it's very nice. You can tell that they definitely loved each other. They cared a lot about each other, and they were each other's person in this life.
That's
it's
right.
Very nice. Or Wookiee. So Han and Chewbacca.
Very nice.
Brian.
Very good. They're on my list as well. Yeah. So,
all right.
Star Wars did a nice job with portraying. You could just be different races, different beings from different planets, and you still, fight together, become friends, everything, and that's what made that relationship so cool. And like you said, Chewbacca never spoke a word of English, but you knew based on his facial expressions, his acting,
that says a lot
tone.
about Peter Mayhew, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The miming acting that he had to do to portray that.
Yeah.
And you still understood completely, those emotions of that relationship.
Absolutely. You knew when Chewbacca was upset. You knew when he was happy. It's just you kind of almost forget there's a whole different race that's fighting alongside his friend. So just great. It's one of the coolest things about that entire franchise was those two guys as friends, no question. So I'll just
100%.
play off of that and keep going. Dean, what else you got?
All right, next on my list. Well, this one's easy. I really thought you guys would start with these two because these two are the duo of the 80s. Some might say they're too old for this shit. I don't. Riggs and Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon movies.
Wow.
80s and 90s, and soon to be the 2020s. Because they're in the process of making a new one.
Man.
Yeah. Riggs and Murtaugh, Lethal Weapon.
Nice.
Very good.
Is it my turn?
Yep. It is yours.
All right. My next one goes to a couple of friends here. They didn't really have much in this life, but one thing they always did have was each other and laughing at things. Beavis and Butthead. Great animated duo of the 90s. Beavis and Butthead, it's something that always struck me, because there's not a lot of background on Beavis and Butthead, but you know that they're kids, they're high school kids, I think. They're in school.
They are.
Yeah, they're in high school. But they go back to this dumpy little house and just sit there and watch TV, and it's never said
enjoy each other's company
they're at. There's never any adult supervision around. It's just these two dumbass losers that just sit there and make bad decisions and are just dumb as a box of rocks and just watch TV all day. And it's kind of, if I may romanticize it a little bit, it's kind of nice. It's comforting that they had each other, to have a friend that, granted, that may not have been the perfect friendship in a lot of ways. Beavis was always used by Butthead for different things and usually made to suffer through some things. But, they out of convenience or whatever have you, they were always there together. Beavis and Butthead.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
that's great.
Brian.
Well, I'm going to give you another one from the Star Wars franchise here. The first duo shown in the movie, one of the very first scenes of the movie, was introducing this duo. Similar relationship as Han and Chewbacca. In one, you'd never understood exactly what he was saying, but you knew based on his tone and communication, the C-3PO and R2-D2. Love those two. Again, they played so well off each other, and again, frustrated the hell out of each other, but just like humans, but always found a way to come back and become friends. And you could tell at the end of the day, they really did care about each other. And I think they're one of the few characters that were in virtually every Star Wars movie, if I'm not mistaken. So, in one shape or form. So,
Yeah.
yes, always loved those two as a kid, and just that first image of the C3, the golden C3PO and the shiny white R2D2. It's like, wow, what the hell is going on? What is this? That's cool. Going across with the lasers shooting and everything, just awesome. So
they were the heart.
Always loved
movies.
those two. They really were. They really were. Yes.
Yep.
That's right.
It's essentially, given that they started with, those two on, first, you could almost say, and I think there has been something by George Lucas where he says, in a way, the story's being told through their point of view.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Without the determination and stubbornness of R2D2, none of that the galaxy would not have been saved.
Right.
Correct.
Yep.
Story ends right there.
Yep. All right. Dean.
All right. Again, you guys didn't give me guidelines. I'm not
Dean
going
made another whoopsie.
I'm not going outside the box. I'm going to one of the greatest writing duos in rock and roll history. I'm going Lennon and McCartney.
Sure.
Together, they come up with over 200 of the most iconic songs of the 20th century.
Notably very real and not fictional at all.
Again, you didn't give guidelines.
I did not say fictional. That is true. So
you did not give
true.
guidelines.
That is true.
I know I got to argue that with Hogan and Savage, but ultimately you didn't give guidelines. You said just duos.
We did. You're correct.
Okay.
Even if you did say fictional, I'm still going to go with them just because of the impact that they made on pop culture as a whole. Together, they wrote, like I said, the most iconic songs, and gave birth to a whole new, not necessarily genre, but it definitely a different outlook to a lot of people in the early '60s, and which shit, as I know from this past weekend, still translates to today. So, John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Nice. Without them, Dean would have not had the opportunity to take 2 8-year-old girls to run around and scream to at an event.
That is correct.
A lot of fun. There you go.
That's right. Thank you, fellas.
Nice. Well, in the spirit of music, I suppose, one of the items that drew my next duo into friendship, their love for music, their love for that type of culture, and when they got a public access television show, they brought that love to the masses of Aurora, Illinois.
Okay.
It is none other than Wayne Campbell and Garth Algar, one of my favorite duos of all time. There again, buddies through and through, always looking out for each other. Wayne and Garth, just a fantastic duo, complement each other very well, very nicely, and although they are fictional characters, their friendship in many respects felt very real to me. So,
sure.
Of Wayne's World, Wayne Campbell and Garth Algar.
There you go.
You just know that those, they never said it, but you just know they met in like elementary school.
Sure.
And
you know, like the same band or something. And
like Garth was kind of in the corner picking his nose or something, and Wayne goes over to kind of engage with him, and it kind of all starts there.
Yeah,
there's a cartoon I'd like to see. That
I'm picturing like Little Kenny, but like about Wayne and Garth.
Yes.
Have you watched Little Kenny with us?
I have.
Like
yeah,
them from Kenny, like a little animated cartoon series. I like that. Yeah,
I bet it was at least pitched at some point. I'll bet.
Sure.
If not, it's been now.
That would be cool.
Right.
Yep, that would be cool.
Send us some money.
I'll reach out to Mike, my buddy Mike Myers. We'll talk.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you can maybe stand. He's looking to do something. Maybe he's bored. Okay, I'm going with this probably on some of the lists anyway. At least in your guys' honorable mention, probably the first iconic superhero duo, arguably the most iconic of all time, Batman and Robin.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Dynamic duo.
The dynamic duo, absolutely. So, kind of a weird relationship in some respects. I don't know. It's a little bit strange, but I don't know. But certainly over
rich
the years,
playboy asking an orphan to get in tights with him and run around the city at night. Yeah, nothing weird.
Basically adopts him straight from the circus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, the concept of the earlier Robin outfit is still really wild. Just bizarre, strangely bizarre.
No.
Underwear and elbow booties.
You wear your underwear on the outside.
Yeah.
Justice.
Did I get any pants? No. Why not? Don't need them. What?
No.
I don't.
They'll just slow you down.
Right.
No. Put on the goddamn Shakespeare tights.
I remember. I think
hurt my throat.
It's probably worth something. Actually, I'm pretty sure in the attic right now. I have the issue where Robin debuted in pants. I'm pretty sure I have that issue, and this was in the '90s.
Really?
Okay. It was like, wow, Robin has a normal looking outfit here, and it was like black and red, and he had the yellow cape, yellow and black cape. It's like, wow, Robin actually looks modern here for a change. But they kept that look for a long time.
Well, imagine if like you'd put him in like, they draw him his first thing outlook, and you put him in like denim jeans.
Yeah. But the Robin character has had interesting evolution, certainly with Nightwing as the original Robin growing up, becoming his own hero. Other versions of Robin, one being famously killed by the Joker and then coming back as the Red Hood. And then now it's Batman's own son, Damian Wayne, is now the current Robin, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah.
Hey.
But anyway, interesting evolution, interesting character. And also probably I would say, of all the superhero memes that I could think of, could be the most famous meme of all time, with that Batman slapping Robin and the different sayings. That was an actual comic panel from years ago that someone took, and certainly just took out the original. I can't remember what the original word said, but you can find it out there online. So
there you go. For pants again.
Yeah. The dynamic duo. Dean?
Very good.
All right. I'm going to move on to a comedy duo.
Well, it's not one here.
No, definitely not. This comedy duo rose to great heights, had many films together. They even fought mummies.
Yes.
These two are Abbott and Costello.
Abbott! Abbott!
Hey, Abbott! Abbott and Costello, I loved. I would watch them on Saturday mornings. They would come on before or after the Three Stooges. Man. And again, along with I wasn't exactly what you call the most popular kid.
No.
Yeah, I know it's surprising. It's very surprising. So I found myself, investing my time and effort into, like I said before, stand-up comedy and comedy of other sorts. And part of that comedy was the old black and white shorts of like Three Stooges, Abbott and Costello.
Man.
And today I can put them on today and just sit there for hours and watch them. They hold up as a duo. They hold up as a team, and the comedy is timeless. So Abbott and Costello is next on my list.
Yeah, they did play They did play well off each other. You're right. One of the earlier great comedy duos. You're correct. And I have a lot of those movies I mentioned before. I have some of those box sets with like The Creature from the Black Lagoon and The Mummy.
Oh, really?
All the movies. Some of those box sets. I have The Mummy, Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon. And if they had a version from the 50s with Abbott and Costello, that's in the same box sets as well. So I have a handful of those Yeah, those are fun. Like you said, it's also good Saturday afternoon viewing. Maybe
Absolutely.
at some point relive like some Superhost memories, probably, Dean, when those were on. Yeah.
Can I dress like Superhost?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Absolutely. I have a Superhost T-shirt with just a logo, actually, as a matter of fact. So.
I am aware. I mean,
yes. Yep.
I was told this.
I'll wear that with just the briefs, like Robin. and
there you go.
Chuck Taylor's.
And
I think we're on to something.
Superhost used to wear. Yeah.
I think we're on to something.
Go. Yeah. Make it a nice afternoon. Nick?
Yes. Well, there may be, if you're listening right now, there may be many of our duos that you're familiar with, maybe some that you're not as familiar with. But allow me to lay out one, no matter who you are, where you're listening, a duo that you will be very familiar with. Yourself, the listener, and your brand new electric bike. Now, where would you find such a wonderful product to start this new duo? Look no further than our friends located in Carrollton, Ohio, RPM Bike Shop. That's right. All you have to do is, if you're on Facebook, go to the search bar, type in RPM Bike Shop, or go to their website. That's rpmbikeshop.com to see the fantastical electric bike selection that they have to offer you. If you don't believe me or take my word for it, give them a call yourself. That's right. Drop them a line, 330-808-7792. To be one half of your brand new perfect duo with your brand new electric bike from RPM Bike Shop. So that would be a good, as of right now, it's a fictional one. But since we're allowed to include ones that aren't fictional, and in the spirit of Dean's last selection, I would like to submit this duo. Not only have they worked together many times and are comedy legends, their real life friendship is something to behold. They're quite the duo. Steve Martin and Martin Short. Many endeavors through the years in film and television.
Rules.
Currently of Only Murders in the Building, although they are part of a trio there. But just in general,
what a magnificent trio that is.
As celebrities, their real life friendship is really I enjoy the way that they have stayed so close through the years and become such great friends. They're almost kind of this. I've heard them each talk about their relationship to one another and the way that they, speak of the way they're just kind of like always felt a kinship, always felt this brotherhood, like they were meant to kind of meet each other and work together. And it's very cool to see evolve over the years as well. So Steve Martin and Martin Short. Brian.
Excellent. One of my very first comedy duos, mentioned earlier on the show in a different capacity that I will not go back into, but Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street. So always loved those characters on the show. And I was a huge Sesame Street kid growing up. So I watched it probably every single day when I was home before, it was summer times or before I went to school, whatever. But just an avid watcher of Sesame Street. Loved many of those characters. And Bert and Ernie were always two of my favorites. It may or may not remember, Ernie actually had a top 40 single back in the 70s with, you remember the Rubber Ducky song?
Say Ernie was the top.
Actually made the top 40 singles at the time in the early 70s. So Bert and Ernie, one of my favorite duos of all time.
Very nice. All right. My final selection here in my top 5. Since you did Han and Chewie, I'm going to go with the coolest duo, the most chill duo. You're gonna ride around, you're gonna get high. These motherfuckers are Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, pretty good one.
I mean, talk about iconic as the idea that it's almost like Hulk Hogan, right? Like your grandmother could care less about professional wrestling, doesn't know professional wrestling, but if you said, "Oh, Hulk Hogan," you know who that is. If you're not into weed culture, you're not into even movies. If you go Cheech and Chong, Grandma's gonna go, I know who that is.
Right. Culturally iconic. Just
exactly. Everybody knows them, good or bad. If you have been caught smoking weed at one time or another, somebody's going to call you Cheech or Chong.
Mm-hmm.
So with the icons that they both are, and together, and luckily and thankfully they're back together as older gentlemen. They're out on the road doing live shows throughout the country. Had some health scares, some legal issues, but all it's put behind them, and they're back on the road together as Cheech and Chong. Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong are last on my duo list.
Very good. Those movies were on cable back when I was probably too young to be watching them. I didn't understand. I had an idea of sort of what was going on. Excuse me, like you're smoking something that makes you, that's clearly a drug, and but I did used to enjoy their movies as a kid. Didn't understand maybe 3/4 of the movie, but a lot of fun. So yeah, definitely. I haven't watched those movies, man, in a long time.
That'd
be another fun one to go back and revisit some of those.
Yeah, that could be a decent backyard movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the Cheech and Chong Christmas song when they're talking about the story of Santa Claus.
Right.
It's very good.
That's on my Christmas playlist. I have to play that every single Christmas season. Just great. Yeah.
Of the fucking bit, Dave's not here, man. No, I'm Dave. But Dave? No, man. No, Dave's not here, man.
Basketball Jones, that single. That also made the top 40.
Basketball Jones.
Yeah, go back and listen to that. It's pretty good. Right. Anyway, yeah, funny.
Very good. For my final selection, I've got two. One, whichever one I don't use will be in my honorable mention, but this one's got a soft spot for me. It has an Ernie involved in it as well, and it's Ernie, my best friend, and myself. For those that don't know, Ernie is Megan's cat, although sometimes he feels like he's my cat.
This is bullshit.
I go and I'll sit for him.
Bullshit.
And Ernie and I have the best time. We play together. We have meals together. We listen to music together. We day drink together. We solve mysteries together. There's just nothing
How dare you.
that we don't do. We count all of Ernie's toes, and we just lay around and just pal around. We have a great time. He purrs. He sits on my lap. So Ernie and I are just a very, very non-fictional duo.
Cut his mic.
Ernie and I is best of friends. Great duo, all timer for sure, no question, undisputed, never lost. Nick and Ernie.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. There you go. Do you guys have any honorable mentions?
I do. I sure do.
Okay.
I got one.
Dean and Nick's mom. Here it comes. Ready?
No. Me and your dad. We fuck a lot.
Can you believe you put him and Ernie on the list?
Have you ever had a bald head? Baby oil on it, run up the crack of your ass.
I love it. I know my dad listens sometimes. I think it would be great if this was one of them.
He lathered it up real nice.
You just start getting random bald-headed pics from my dad.
Dripping. That's my eyebrow. All right, I have two honorable mentions.
Okay.
One real quick is Doc and Marty. I can't believe it. None of us put Doc Brown and Marty McFly.
Honorable mention.
Yep. Yeah. And then my last honorable mention is Brian tried to say the greatest superhero duo with Batman and Robin. No, it is Mermaid and Barnacle Boy.
Oh, Merman.
Honestly, I can't read my own handwriting. I wrote this quick. Merman and Barnacle Boy.
I just discovered them this afternoon. I had no idea.
No, I know. I looked. I did my list on my phone while we were out at the bar. So when I got home, I had to write these down real quick because I got home late. But yeah, those two are just, I mean, who doesn't know them, right?
Right.
They're, even with age, they aged with grace and sophistication.
First, as I said with AIDS, I was like, I don't think that was written into the with AIDS and everything. Just
Right fast.
I think Barnacle Boy, was Tim Conway while he was still with us. I think.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. Might have been one of his last roles, literally.
That makes sense.
I don't know. Okay, good stuff.
Anybody else with honorable mentions?
Nick,
I got
honorable mention.
I got a few here. Just to rattle off a few. I've got Jay and Silent Bob. Right, another similar to the Beavis and Butthead or the Wayne and Garth dynamic. Just friends through the ages. Right. Another one, same deal. Bob and Doug McKenzie of the Great White North. From Strange Brew. It's one of my favorites. I also had Batman and Robin, R2D2, C3PO. And then finally, this duo didn't work really great together necessarily. As a matter of fact, if they maybe separated or if they had worked together, they would have been a great duo. But you get these two together and comedy ensues like never before. Howard Langston and Myron Larrabee from Jingle All the Way. I mean, without one another, you just wouldn't have the comedy masterpiece that is Jingle All the Way. So far be it from me to at least not give them a shout out. So Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad, Howard and Myron of Jingle All the Way concludes my honorables. Brian!
I got a handful here quick. Ren and Stimpy.
Very nice.
Good one.
Yeah, just love the cartoon in the 90s. Yes. Kirk and Spock, Star Trek.
Yep.
Sure.
How about Andy Griffith and Barney Fife? What Andy Griffith show?
Yes, absolutely.
Just so
good
great.
Call.
Those guys were so good on that show together.
Chandler, I'm going to go up to Mount Pilot to worship Satan.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was that was episode 3, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Friends, Chandler and Joy. Again,
good one.
Those two were definitely one of the best friends of.
We'd mentioned that at dinner tonight, but we weren't sure if does Chandler throw it off, make it a 3? I know those two are like best friends, but
those two started out. They were they had the place together. They were really really good.
That's good
friends. On the close to them, Laverne and Shirley. Great friends on television. Dean, I'm surprised. Surprised. That's right. I'm surprised it didn't make your list. Hawkeye and Pierce from MASH. Great friends. Scooby and Shaggy.
What was that last one?
Hawkeye and Pierce, right? Or was it Hawkeye Pierce? Was it Hawkeye? And
his name's Hawkeye Pierce, but
I said it wrong. Who was his friend?
There were
BJ.
Two. There was BJ Honeycutt was the one on the second half of the season for the most of the series, but then you had Trapper John McIntyre was in the first few seasons.
Okay, Hawkeye and BJ Honeycutt. Yeah, those two guys.
Both are acceptable. Yeah.
Yeah. The Scooby and Shaggy, Tom and Jerry, SpongeBob and Patrick, Wayne and Garth. I had that, Nick. Brian and Stewie, Family Guy.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
I also had Doc and Marty, Dean, Cheech and Chong. I had Dean, Snoopy and Woodstock, and the Blues Brothers, Jake and Elwood Blues. Many more.
That's a good one.
Could be named, and one more we're going to name, which you could have your own possible dynamic duo of our logo and your skin.
There you go.
There you go. Dean
just
showing
like
it.
That.
That's right. He's showing it online right now. And you can get that very tattoo of the Convincing Idiots logo by contacting our friends at Golden Heart Tattoo at Golden Heart Norton on Facebook, NORTON. Give them a call at 234-706-2982 and say, I would like my own dynamic duo of the Convincing Idiots logo and my skin forevermore. And they'll be happy to make that a reality for you. Gentlemen, we have done it.
Yeah, we have.
Talked to Peter King, dynamic duos, SAG, pushing cars. I don't know what this episode did not have, frankly, for your podcast entertainment.
Gave it all. We gave it our all.
That's right. That's right. Nick,
If you had my dad's bald head on your bingo card, congratulations. Right. We got that covered as well.
Nick's dad doing things with his bald head to you. He has a lot of things happening.
Well, there's also a lot of things happening on our social media accounts, and you can find links to those if you just Google Convincing Idiots Linktree, or you can go to our website and find those links and merch store and where we can listen to us every week and so much more on our website, convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So, gentlemen, without further ado, I am Millennial Nick.
Oh, I'm the Zennial Dean.
Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you to make this podcast part of your routine, making us the greatest duo with your ears of all time? Next time on Convincing Idiots, more fun shit.
It didn't even make fucking sense.
It kind of didn't. It did part of the way through. You got what I'm saying. So the duo I'm referring to would be your ears, and then the other half is our podcast, you see? So then together, it's a duo. You join us in making that happen. I'm very tired. I pushed a car a long way the other day. I'm very tired.
I get it.
Convincing Idiots. Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more.
Thank you so much for checking us out this week. You are not going to be disappointed. Unfortunately, we do have to start with a little bit of sad news. We're going to touch on Richard Lewis and his passing. We're going to talk about the SAG Awards, what we liked, what we didn't like, and then our Ask an Idiot question of the week. Sports magazines. Did you read them? Do you still read them? Do they even matter? And then our main event, dynamic duos. Our favorite dynamic, it was shit from the top. I tried to fucking...
I was going to interject when you were like, we have some sad news. I was like, Dean had the...
You should have. Just to kill it there. Put the fucking bullet in its head. All right. Like... 3 sentences, I knew it was garbage. I tried to hold on.
Just save the name for your autobiography in the future, though. Shit from the top.
Shit from the top.
Been shit from the top.